Hey, hi, how's it going? So we're currently sitting on my bedroom floor. I feel like I need to change up the space and scenery a little bit just because you've seen basically more than 50% of my studio. So I felt like I need to kind of change it up a little bit, and I kind of just wanted to sit on the ground. Please ignore the mess back there, clothes I just haven't put away yet. And excuse my attire. I just came back from a run and need to shower, but I wanted to sit down and chat with you all about what I'm thinking, kind of have a lot on my mind. Not to be a negative Nancy, but just to be more honest. You know, I'm wanting to just be more of like a brain dump or stream of consciousness where I'm just like kind of like chatting and talking. So I did post that video earlier talking about how I managed living in my shared apartment with my ex post breakup, and then also kind of what I went into moving and stuff like that. And I know it's been a few months since the breakup happened, since the move happened, but I feel like it just felt like I was reliving that experience, and it definitely put me in a weird headspace to have to kind of rethink about all that and go through it again, essentially. Today, I kind of woke up just feeling really sad and really upset about the breakup. There's actually a lot of times where I wake up in this apartment, or I will be rearranging something in this apartment or trying to figure out how I want to organize like one of the cabinets, and I'll just get hit with a wave of frustration and anger to a point where I just want to scream, or to a point where I just want to call up my ex or knock on his door and just scream at his face. Like, I'm adjusting to change, right? I'm adjusting to this new normal, or just this new life that I'm going through. And I just get so upset because the choice to break up was initiated from him. I think for me, it's really hard not to get so angry and to be so enraged with the fact that my entire world was changed because of his decision. And it sucks, and it frustrates me so much that I have to wake up in a space that's not necessarily comfortable. I have to be in this new apartment on my own, and when I think that the shelter in place is happening, it's like I have to go through this by myself. When in another world, I would be doing this together with him, and we would have each other to support. And I get so angry when I'm trying to organize a shelf that I should have never had to organize in another life. You know, if we never broke up, I would not have to be dealing with this. You know, the stresses that came with moving abruptly, essentially, and needing to find an apartment abruptly. Like, this isn't my dream apartment. I moved in February. There was nothing on the market, and I had to get out. Yes, I probably could have stayed if I needed to in our shared apartment, but mentally that is just so daunting. And then I think like, you know, my ex is there now, how is he doing? And then there's like another part where I get enraged with myself for being like, why the do I care how he's feeling? Like, what about me? Why am I not, why do I care how he's doing? This is all his choice. That's more so when I just get so enraged. You know, I'm trying to be positive. I'm trying to keep a optimistic outlook and keep a level head on this, but sometimes it's just so hard to welcome change when I didn't want this. I didn't want any of this. Like, none of this is what I wanted. I didn't even want us to break up. I won't go into it, but I wasn't expecting us to break up. And I have these like ups and downs where I just wake up and all I want to do is just yell at him. All I want to do is just tell him how much I hate him for what he's done to me. And then I get empathetic and I think about, well, he's in a similar situation, but at the same time, he chose to break up with me. I didn't choose this, and it's just so frustrating to have to adjust this new life that I'm going through. And when I think about, you know, when my victimized ego kind of takes over and I think about everything else that has happened to me and my family in 2020, it is so hard to not just hate him and not to just blame him for everything that's going wrong in my life. And I don't want to be a hateful person. I don't want to hate him necessarily. I don't want to live in anger and frustration. And so when I have these wells, I'm just always trying to figure out if I just feel it, you know, like to ride the wave and just kind of feel my emotions, because I definitely don't want to limit that. I don't want to not feel what I'm feeling. I felt like in the beginning of the breakup, I was feeling every emotion or every stage of grief besides anger. And I remember my parents were like, you need to get mad. And I remember my friends, some of them were like, you need to get angry at him. Like, you just need to get mad. And I was just leading with trying to understand. I was like, no, like I understand why he wanted to break up, or no, I understand why he said this or why he did that. And there was just a point where I just broke down and I was just so angry. It felt great, not gonna lie. So thinking now, it's like I don't want to not give myself that room to feel my emotions. I just feel like I need to cry, but it's like crying doesn't do anything. You know, crying doesn't change the situation. Crying won't bring my ex back into my life. So it's like, I feel like at times where I'm like, I don't need to cry. Or I want to cry, but I don't need to cry. Or I want to get angry, but I don't need to get angry. I think I'm trying to learn to like give myself that time, that space to be like, get mad, cry. I cried a little bit, like was watching TV, trying to distract myself, and I just paused it. I was just like wrapped up in my blanket and I was just like crying. I don't know, maybe it is cathartic. I just hate, it's just hard. I guess what I'm saying is I have held on to a lot of frustration and anger and such negative perspectives growing up. I've worked really hard to have more of a positive mentality, positive mindset, and all that. So when I get into these low points in a darker headspace, I don't want to stay there for too long. Maybe if anybody who has similar experiences with kind of battling your inner demons and kind of snapping out of, or not maybe snapping, but pulling yourself out of a dark headspace, it's a lot of energy, and I don't want to, but it's so comforting to be in that dark headspace, if that makes sense. Like, I know I don't need to be there longer, but in the moment it's so much easier to just give in and have this dark headspace versus pushing yourself to pull yourself out of it. It's just like it's like the road with least resistance, or whatever the phrase is. And I felt like that this morning, where it's like I just felt like I wanted to just be sad all day and just cry and just sink in it. And maybe I should have longer than I did, and maybe that would have helped, but you know, I did the best I could with watching videos on YouTube that would make me laugh, watching a show that would make me laugh, texting a friend. I went on a run, listened to a good podcast that really helped. All in all, it's tough. Breakups are rough, and it's hard to, you know, for me, it's like I'm constantly wondering like how my ex is going to be doing, but I know I shouldn't. He doesn't deserve that time from me anymore. You know, he doesn't deserve that level of consideration for me to care, to wonder, but it's so tough. Today was a rough day, definitely. And so yeah, I kind of just like wanted to sit down and kind of chat about it and give you all a live update on how it's going. There's no resolution, so I'm sorry. If you wanted to hear me talk with a resolution in mind of what I did to kind of snap out of it, literally I just either watched shows or went on a run. That's pretty much it. I'm still, maybe in a few months I'll have a better idea of what to do, but yeah, I just wanted to like sit down and chat a little bit. So hopefully, I don't know, hopefully you enjoy it. Hopefully it's helping somebody. If not, it felt good to kind of get it off my chest and talk about it. Even if it's to myself in my room alone, talking to a camera. It's fine, I'm okay with that. With that, I kind of just want to say thanks for listening. Thanks for watching me kind of ramble on. But I hope you all are taking care, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have anything you want to share or ask or anything like that, please let me know in the comments below. If anyone out there who has experienced a similar mindset than I am, I would love any help, any advice. I feel like that'd be great. And if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, please do so. I'm hoping to kind of really ramp up on my topics and what I want to discuss. So very excited to kind of get that up and running. I will see you all soon. So this will be Monday's video, so I will see you on Thursday. Okay, take care.